Hey guys, today in SAO Integral Factor, I'm going to show you my build against the Chaos boss, Taurus boss level 90, the solo one. So on my previous video on Renly, I was showing that the Taurus boss cannot be inflicted by bleed, but the solo one actually can be inflicted by build. So before we begin, please like, share and subscribe for more SAO Integral Factor content. So for the first skill, I'm going to show you this is the Renly skill that I use on Switch. This is the bread and butter of my build. This is the skill that will be able to deal a lot of damage on this boss as we accumulate the number of bleed stack on the boss. And if you haven't watched my previous video, please take a look at it and you'll see how we can use this skill properly. Okay, so moving on to the second skill is the passive skill, which is the high jump Saji here. So this skill will make sure that you can inflict 9 stack of bleed with the Renly skill each time you use the skills. It also gives you 23% of critical rate if the enemy has bleed status, which we know that they will always have a bleed status. Next one is this thank you present Koharu skill, which will give me 23% damage increase to the enemy when the enemy is inflicted by bleed. Again, we know for sure that the enemy will have a bleed status because on our build we are making sure that they have as many bleed as we can. Next is Happy Time Lifa, which will increase your slash damage by 22.8%, I think. So this is a must on a slashing weapon. Now let's go back to the video for a bit. I already have 99 stack of bleed on the enemy and my Renly is doing 60,000 damage there. So I do a weapon switch in here, and the weapon switch is actually I'm switching the high jump Saji with the graceful Saji. The Renly skill now is doing 68,000 damage. Graceful Saji is giving 23% attack when we have a defense buff on ourselves. Now the other reason why I'm switching the high jump Saji with the graceful Saji is because I'm using the Fist of Steel Iskan skill here. So if you watch my previous video, it has an ability that it will increase your critical rate to 100% at around 200 hits, and I'm almost at the 200 hits, so I don't really need the bonus from the high jump Saji for the critical rate increase anymore. And this skill also gives you an attack based on the number of hits. So the higher the number of hits, up to 100 hits, will give you more attack points. And the next one is this kind Thoughts Koharu skill. This is actually the next great skill, especially when we already have like a high hit counts, which is at 200 right here, and it will give you additional damage as per the number of hits that you have accumulated. So if you can see in here, my Renly is now doing a 34,000 when he's using the Chaos collections, and this skill is doing 40,000 K at 200 plus hits. Next is the Dolly Dress Silica skill. This skill has an ability that will make the skill hit always hitting critical when my HP is below 75%. Also increase of attack at 25% if the enemy is poisoned. And I also have this Enjoyification Silica that will increase the damage as my HP is getting lower. So it's one of the reasons why we keep the HP lower, but I don't want it to get too low because the enemy will hit me and kill me if it gets too low. The other reason why I'm using this 2 skill is because of the dash animations of these 2 skills. It makes it easier to get closer when the boss is using the thunder move and keep the hit counts alive. So like this one. So next on Koharu, I have these 2 skills that have an ability to increase the wind damage by 23% for a certain period of time, and it will help my Renly skill hit harder. And after that is the reason why I'm using the Graceful Sachi is because I have this Argo skill that will increase or will add a defense buff on myself for a longer period of time. And as you can see during the fight, the Koharu always uses that skill. So last but not least is this Lifa skill that is a wind and slash element, so mainly it's just for doing more damage to the enemy. So with this build I can beat the boss in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. This clip is actually being taken on the previous cycle of the Thunder Bull Chaos boss when it was first being introduced. So I can do a little faster now with my current level and proficiency. So that's it for the video. Hopefully it can be helpful for those who want to build their skill around the Thunder Bull, the Chaos Thunder Bull. And I'll see you on the next SAO Integral Factor content. Bye now.